think the biggest is the gap fill. Every company, again, business is business to a point, but every company is unique in what elements and isms that they have. And so we can get in uniquely because we've been operators and are operators, and we can see things. So I think part of it is the ability to be open and honest with us so we can see what your problem is. Then once we find that gap, we are pretty darn good at filling that gap, that critical gap or gaps that you may have to help you advance. And in entrepreneurship, once you solve problem A, then you immediately jump to problem B, and you can believe problem C, D, and E are following behind it. But you've got to solve for A first, and then we can then go to the next. But it is an endless set of problems that will never solve completely. Every day is different, every human's different, but we're pretty good at diagnosing the problem, fixing the problem, and moving on, and also incorporating the necessary process fixes to ensure that the problem doesn't come back and bite us again down the road.
Yep. And as an entrepreneur, one of the first things you got to start to realize, especially as a news entrepreneur, is you're not going to bat 1,000.
Yeah.
You're not going to win every situation. So the real test is how are you handling and rolling when something doesn't go to plan, or when you are bidding against somebody, maybe you lose the bid. All right. We'll have to take a look at it. Let's go dissect it. Let's figure out why we lost, and maybe no reason we couldn't.
Right.
But I think that's one of the hardest things, and where most people as entrepreneurs give up, is the first time that the plan goes off course, or something hits them square in between the eyes. They just want to fold up shop, and you just can't do that if you're going to live this life. It's a very rewarding life, and over the course of 10 years, you're going to have a lot of success, but you're also going to have a lot of bumps along the way.
Absolutely. Well, one other thing I'm going to add on that is when you'd asked the question earlier about the type of people we look for. One of the reasons we click, and we clicked from the very beginning, was our shared background in sports. And that's what Kenneth just talking about. Kenneth in baseball, me in football. Not only do we have the no asshole rule, but we also, when problems happen, to Kenneth's point, they're going to happen every day. How do you react to those problems? What is your EQ or emotional quotient, emotional intelligence to respond to a problem and ensure that we have the right mindset to not only identify the issues and the true elements of the problem, because then you can solve it. And so we've seen people who, as soon as stress happens, they just freak out. And you can't really operate that way because you're not logical, you're not rational. But our shared background in athletics, it has got us to the point when something happens, we're like, all right, what do we do now?
Yeah, when's the next game?
Right, that sucked, but what do we do
You
next?
go out and have a drink, you get
Yep.
wake up the next morning, get in front of the whiteboard and figure out the problem. And
Absolutely.
you can't give up. I think that's the biggest thing, is you've got to have the drive and the vision to believe in yourself and the team you have around you, because it's not just you. There is no one-man operation out there. There's always people that you've got coming and going. And I think helping decide what your inner circle looks like is a big choice for an entrepreneur as well, as they start growing. You want people that are going to help you get all the way down that path, not, they filled a gap for 5 minutes and